Happy New Year from me, Dave Tester. The slate is blank and the future is bright. The question is, what will you put on the slate, or what will your team put on the slate? 250 million Americans will set goals this year. What do you think the number one goal in 2016 will be? If you guessed losing weight, that is the answer. This month alone, 41% will give up on that goal. In fact, only 7% will achieve their resolution in 2016. Now, I wish I had a complicated formula to share that the 7% fill out to achieve greatness. But fortunately, it's very simple. They write it down, build a plan to achieve, and check on it every day. Carry the goal with you and keep it in front of you. In other words, you are what you think about. Seek, ask, and knock. You will be successful if you surround yourself with success. The big question is, how do I do that in a world of negativity? Personally, I use a vision board or wall. Post the pictures of what you want to see happen in 2016 in front of you, almost as if it's already happened. ESPN football analyst and former pro football player Merrill Hodge, who grew up near my hometown in Idaho, said the goal board is not so much the vision of the goalkeeper, but instead for those around that will mentally sabotage your goal. I asked Merrill to share that vision board philosophy with you today.
I asked my dad if he could make me a wall of cork. And he's like, yeah, I'll get you a cork board. I said, no, I want an entire wall made out of cork. Because I wanted to put up my goals. I wanted to pin up things I wanted to do, where I wanted to be. And I wanted to be reminded every morning and revisited every night I got in my room. I had written out on 8x10 cards my goals. And my biggest one, obviously, was I will play in the NFL. And as when I pinned it up, I kept thinking about all the things people would tell me when I would say that. As I sat there, I'm going to have to find a way, beat the odds. Whatever works required, I will do it. Nothing wrong with having more than one basket, and it's not impossible because I've been watching guys do it. I'm like, well, that's it. And so I wrote find a way on an 8x10 card that I had left over, and I put that on the top of that wall, and then everything fell under it. And what it did for me that day is I was able to keep my energies towards things I wanted to have happen in my life versus things I feared in my life.
So if 80% of Americans don't have goals, and the 20% that do, only 7% keep them posted and with them at all times and make 93% of the income, the challenge, not for you, but for your team as they listen to this, is to write it down, build a plan, and check in on it daily so they can be in that top 10 percentile. Write down all the reasons why people will tell you it can't be done. Now your team is ready. Remember, your best motivation in 2016 is expectations. I expect you to write down and carry one goal with you at all times in this new year. Take the blank slate and write down your goal today. My goal is to always let you know how much my family and I appreciate you. If you like what we do, tell this story to others. If I can do it better, tell me how at AskDaveTester.com.